Good day, everyone. My name is Sylvie, and welcome to the first episode of Art Review, where you guys submit your art that you're having trouble with, and I try to help you guys out. I even got this whiteboard just for you guys. So considerate. Today's submission comes from Mika. Mika says, "Hey, I really love your art, and I'm excited to hear that you're going to start a YouTube channel. So here's my entry for an art review. I have been struggling with anatomy and hair. P.S. I didn't draw the background." Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for your submission. Anatomy takes a very long time to master. It is definitely not a topic that I can tackle in a single video, but there are things that you can start doing right away to improve, and that is getting the proportion right. I know that each individuals have different proportion, but I'll be basing this demo on a standard 8-headed figure of an adult. So with that in mind, let's move straight to the whiteboard. Now, artists use various unit of measurement to break down the human body, and the cranial unit is one of them. And it's also my favorite. Now, what is a cranial? Cranial is the part of your skull that holds your brain. And we can represent it as a perfect sphere. Now, a sphere cannot be foreshortened because no matter which angle you look at a sphere from, it remains a sphere, and that makes it a great point of reference. Okay, so let's use the cranial unit to break down the human proportion. From the top of your head to the bottom of your neck is 2 cranial units. Smiley face. 2. From the bottom of your neck to the bottom of your rib cage is also 2 cranial units. From the bottom of your rib cage to the bottom of your pelvis is also 2 cranial units. Very, very easy to remember. Now, your leg does not start at the bottom of your pelvis, but it starts at the halfway point of this cranial unit right here. So it starts right here, and the upper leg is 3 cranial units long. 1, 2, 3. And there's your knee. And the bottom leg is also 3 cranial units long, while your foot takes place right here on the bottom half of the last cranial unit. So your leg is 3 cranial units, 2.5 cranial units, and your foot is 0.5 cranial unit. Now your collarbone is 1 cranial unit wide. Your upper arm is 2 cranial units long, and it aligns with the bottom of your rib cage. Your lower arm or forearm is 1.5 cranial units long. 1.5, while the top of your hand to your knuckle lies on the lower half of this cranial unit right here, and your fingers kind of come out like this. Now that is the basic human proportion. Alright, so let's take what I explained and apply it to Mika's drawing. I've already indicated a little circle for the cranial unit, and we are going to be using this unit to see if any proportion is off or not off, I guess. So let's begin with the pit of the neck. So I'm just gonna copy this circle right here. Nope. Okay, so from the pit of the neck to the rib cage is 2 cranial units, like so. And from the bottom of your rib cage to the bottom of your pelvis is another 2 cranial units, which is almost right, but I would move this pelvis a little bit upwards, like so. There. And I've explained that the length of a single collarbone is 1 cranial unit. See, in this case, the collarbone is a little bit too long, so let's fix that by taking this whole thing and decrease and push it a little bit to the left. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let's go on to the length of the legs. As I said, the upper part of your leg is 3 cranial units long. In this case, the knee is a little bit too low. So let me just adjust that a little bit. So we're gonna take the lasso tool and just move this up until it hits the knee. Same for the other side. Like that. Alright. I kind of covered up the hand, but we'll just have to ignore that one. And the lower part of your leg is also 3 cranial units long. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can see that the foot is placed a little bit too low. So let me just take the lasso tool again. This one moves up like this. Not completely up here because there's like the thickness of the shoe itself too. And this one, right, oops. This one right here goes around here. Your foot starts at the halfway point of the bottom cranial unit. So yeah, so that's that. And let's measure the head now. So from the top of your head to the bottom of your neck is 2 cranial units long. In this case, the head is a little bit too big, but that's okay. The head size depends on the individual. But since we're explaining what cranial units are here, we're gonna, I guess, unstylize this art. Press Ctrl T for transform. That's the short key for Windows version of Photoshop. And yeah, let's do that. We hit apply, zoom out. Let's get rid of all the circles. I'm gonna use green so you guys can see what I'm doing. So that's the neckline. And this arm should really fall over like this, so it's not as wide, okay? And the chest should come down a little bit like this as well. And I already told you the elbows align with the bottom of your rib cage, which is right here. So it should be more like this. And the elbow here should move up like so, and the hand should fall down like that. And that is what I would have done to this illustration. You also said you're having trouble with the hair, and first of all, you did a pretty good job of doing the hair, but hair grows from your head and then it falls because you have something called a gravity. So unless there's wind flowing or you have a very strong hair that likes to go against gravity, the hair should generally fall down like so, in this direction, okay? So maybe something like this, using some lines to indicate the flow of the hair towards the center of gravity in a resting pose like this should help out a little bit. Something like that. Let's fit on screen, zoom out. See, that's the difference. And if you guys found that helpful, please send me more submission, either through Twitter, or I guess you can tag me on Instagram. Just upload your art, upload your own art, and on the caption, explain to me what you're having trouble with, so that I can take a look at it and give you my input on it. All right. That is the end of today's episode. If you guys found it helpful, please click the notification and the subscribe button. And see you guys on the next episode. Bye.